The story of Ruth. During the time of the judges, there was a famine in Israel. Naomi, an Israelite, went to Moab, where her husband and 2 sons died. Naomi was comforted by her 2 widowed daughter-in-laws, Ruth and Orpah. They were not Israelites, but had asked to stay with Naomi. "No, my daughters, I am too old to have another husband and more sons for you to marry." Naomi kissed them both. Orpah departed, but Ruth argued, "Wherever you go, I will go. Your people will be my people, and your God, my God." So they journeyed together to Bethlehem. Naomi told her friends, "When I left, I was full, but I have returned empty and bitter." Naomi had a relative called Boaz, who was a wealthy landowner. Ruth asked Naomi, "Will they let me collect the dropped grain?" So Ruth asked for permission, which the harvesters gladly gave. Ruth was collecting the grain in a field that belonged to Boaz. Boaz asked his servant, "Who is that girl?" The servant replied, "She is the girl that came back with Naomi." So Boaz approached Ruth and said, "Stay here by the ladies in my field, and follow as they reap." Ruth knelt down. "Sir, why have I found grace with you?" Boaz answered, "You have taken care of Naomi. Now the Lord God of Israel bless you. Let some grain fall on the ground for Ruth to collect." Naomi was delighted when Ruth told her that she had gleaned in the field that belonged to Boaz. So all through the harvest, Ruth worked with the young women. Naomi said to Ruth, "Tonight, watch where Boaz goes to sleep, and lie down at his feet. By this custom, you are telling Boaz that you desire to be his wife." Boaz woke and said, "The closest relative to your dead husband is responsible to marry you. I know a relative that is closer than I." So Ruth lay at the feet of Boaz. When they got up, Boaz said, "Don't let anyone know that you came and slept at my feet." Then he gave Ruth a generous portion of barley. Ruth returned to the city and told Naomi what had happened. That morning, Boaz met the relative he had mentioned to Ruth. "Naomi has land to sell which belonged to her dead husband and sons. You are the nearest relative. So if you wish to buy it, then do so. If not, then I, Boaz, am next in line." "Yes, I will buy it," said the relative. Boaz replied, "According to our customs, if you buy the field, you must marry the dead man's widow." "I can't do that. It would spoil my inheritance. You buy the land and marry Ruth." The relative, giving up his right to buy, took off his sandal and gave it to Boaz. Boaz immediately went to tell Ruth the good news. He explained the custom of the sandal and declared that he now owned the land. So Boaz took Ruth to be his wife. Naomi was delighted when she heard the news, and in due time the Lord blessed them with a son. Naomi cradled her grandson with a heart full of love. The women said to Naomi, "Ruth is better to you than 7 sons. May your grandson restore your life and nourish you in your old age." Ruth's son was called Obed. Obed was to have a son called Jesse, and Jesse was to have a son called David. So Naomi's 3rd generation of grandsons was none other than King David.